didn't talk to men at all. At all. Even when I had like the boss that I had, I used to be so disrespectful. Let's just not talk about them, let's talk about me. How's that? Okay, me. We can go through them all. Hatred, anger, rebellion. Like all up, like I finished my studies. I was rebellious. I was angry. I was furious. And if you come from a black family, you don't have a crush. You don't know boys, you know? So, such is life.
Okay, what's your favorite worship song and why?
Oh, girl, yeah, there's just too many. Like, if you cut me, my blood is worship music. I like to study it, I like to sing it, I like to see it, I like to sing it. So right now at the moment, what is hitting me well? Let me try to see. Today there was a song, Sinach, you are so good. Today that song hits me, like, you know, so different songs for different days and also different seasons. But yeah.
Okay. Can you give a brief introduction of yourself? What's your name? What do you do?
Okay, so I'm washed by the blood. Okay, so my name is Gcina JoJo. And I was born in the Eastern Cape, so I'm Xhosa. My mom and dad, both Xhosa. My dad is like half Zulu, but his dad is Xhosa, so Xhosa. And I'm trying to remember the question. Okay, what do? I am a librarian and a lecturer here at AFTA. I don't want to say junior. My title says junior, but it's been junior for a couple of years now, so maybe not junior. We don't know. So yeah.
Okay. What is an interest that you like doing?
Interesting thing I like to do.
Yeah.
Sure. To be honest, interesting according to you. I'm a very boring lady, to be honest. I believe so. And I think the more boring I am, the more I become my real self. I don't try to do things. I can tell you interesting things I'd like to do. I'd like to surf. You know, I'd like to do things like that have to do with the sea and nature. Although I'm a little bit not scared, but I want to step into those things more. I like nature. It kind of frazzles my mind and boggles me in the very right way, in the best way possible. So yeah.
Okay. Can you give us your testimony? How did you come to Christ? How did you come to know Christ?
Okay. The Lord Jesus. I gave my life to the Lord. I remember in grade 6, it was around the time of grade 6. And the year grade 6, I said to the Lord, I remember telling him, okay, God, I'm going to take you seriously. So we went to a Baptist, Methodist. What are the denominations quickly?
There's Baptist, there's Catholic, there's Evangelical, Pentecostal, Protestant.
Wesleyan, there we go. Ooh, I was like, how could I forget the church? So I grew up I started with the Wesleyan church. So born in Eastern Cape, moved to KZN when we were much younger. We lived there all my life until high school. And then after high school, I came here to Cape Town to study and to work by God's grace. And so we're going to grade 6 now. Grade 6, I'm like 12 years old. A lot has happened, even in my family, many things. And my mom would take us to this place. So we went, my dad introduced us to the church, the Wesleyan church. and then we would go, and then my mom would also take us on a Friday to Holiday Bible, to this, not Holiday Bible Club, but this clubhouse. It was the best. And we'd go every Friday and get taught about God. 10 Commandments. I can still see the 8th commandment that's got like this cookie jar, and the eyes are like naughty. That says, do not steal, So they taught us so much, and so in grade 6, I got saved. They had like, I think, a conference in a tent, and basically the worship leader, she carried a guitar and she would like sing, and she led me to the Lord. I remember that day. So yeah.
Wow. How's your journey been since then?
Wild! Wild! Like, wild. Like, good and wild. And like, yeah, so.
In what ways?
Like, I'm in my 30s now. So, yeah, my 20s were like super wild. Like, in what ways? I think life has been wild, and God's responses to life are also wild. God will never tell you, yeah, punch him back. No, God will be like, love your enemy. You'll be like, do what? I'm bleeding, God. Do what? So it's been wild to be a Christian, to get to know the Lord. I don't know him much. I'm getting to know him. There's a lot. I feel like I'm not where I should be. I feel like there are practices that I'm still not getting right. A couple of years ago, very few years ago, I turned 30. And before then, I was like, when I'm 30, this 30 is like, and yeah, it came too soon, Well, it came, and I am where I am. I am the person that I am, and I am where I'm not where I used to be, but I'm growing slowly. And life is slow. Real progress, I think, is slow. Especially the progress of God. And also that progress sometimes, especially as a Christian, can be in the other direction. God's progress is like, be boring. And the whole world is like, wow, you're gonna do something? Like, come on, girl. You got talents, you got gifts, like, do anything, something. And so God's ways are not our ways, and the system of the world is looking for 1, 2, 3. And God says, seek ye first the kingdom. So you're swimming up the river. And you're doing it with a smile. The world thinks you're crazy, and God is clapping. And then sometimes you get drowned by the atmosphere. It gets too hot, and it feels like winter will never come. It becomes too cold, and summer will never come. And now you start chilling with the world and becoming a bit worldly and stuff. And then when you go back to God, it's like, hey, yeah, Lord, Yeah. So yeah, when I was in my 20s, I had a lot of that. Little bit of this, little bit of that. And a lot of that tug of war going on. And I feel like now I'm at the place where I'm alright. I'm not alright, but I'm becoming alright. And I'm learning how to be alright with the Lord. And with the Lord, and whatever that means. With the Lord, in the Lord, doing his will. So gonna close that day.
And what was one of the biggest challenges you faced in your 20s besides that?
Okay, so I think in my 20s, makes me cry. I'm joking. I think in my teenage years and my 20s, so one of my parents it's not been the parent that I thought that they should be. They've been absent. So that was just like, when you're standing at the sea, you're by the sea, at the sea, you're inside the water, and then the wave is coming, and it's like a biggish one, so you need to react, like, okay, either okay, I'm gonna just jump underneath so that it can crumble behind me, or I'm actually going to like run, and then like go up the wave so that it doesn't like blow up in my face, you know. So for me, in my teens and in my 20s, that kind of thing for my family and like just having to live through that and live with that, it felt like I just stood and that thing just blew up in my face. Like, and my whole face was scarred and burnt. If it was a bomb, like it literally I'm like literally scarred forever. So, but by God's grace, like there is such healing. I've got so much healing from my church. Brilliant. So it's been rough. It's been really rough. And yeah, hatred. We can go through them all. Hatred, anger, rebellion. Like all up, like I finished my studies. I was rebellious. I was angry. I was furious. There was like, I remember like in 2012, I was in first year. I wrote a song about how much I hated men and how much they should all die. All of them. Even the small babies, the newborns. I thought, no man, these people, they are nature. Their DNA, like the Y chromosome, is evil. And that who they are is just animalistic. They just naturally, because of growing up and then experiencing. I mean, if I'm honest right now, I probably experienced both, good and bad, from gentlemen. But I think the expectation and also the constant personal disappointment of like, from the male race at the time, convinced me completely that there is no good in men. No good. And I mean, I could sit down and we could talk, and I could stomach you for like 20 minutes. Even at work, I could stomach some people, but there was a very, very big boundary of like, yeah, there at the door. I couldn't talk to men at all. Even when I had like the boss that I had, I used to be so disrespectful, not only because he was white and white men and all the stuff that come along with it in South Africa, and apartheid. But also I think my pastor as well, like went to my church and I was sit there, and to be honest with you, it's so painful to me to say it, but I still sit there sometimes, and it's still so hard to trust, But by God's grace, it's like a lot of the journey, a lot of the battle is won, but you still get days when it's like, is he telling the truth? Is he a good person? Is he right? Does he really love us all? So even when I went to my church, 5 years went by, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've been going there. Things are good, things are fine. Even though I had like people from church when I grew up, and they were great. My youth leader was amazing, over and above. I went to youth, but I think that the inner like hurt and the constant like every single day, and also it wasn't just like, okay, if somebody passed away for me, it would be like, okay, that is that. Now we have to deal with it and grow. But it was like a back and forth of like a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of this, a bit of that, and then you come out of the hole, and then it's like, no, the story's not done. Let's go back in. Oh no, let's dig down the hole. Let's get a mine. Okay, so it was just like that for a while and a very long time. Yeah, and I won't lie to you, like even in my 30s, it can be like that. But God has really given me a lot. He's been the Father. I am a father. Like Chandler, So, when I was thinking about this interview and stuff, I wrote down 20. I know. Okay, I'm not going to say it because then you're going to know my age. I don't want to know my age. I don't mind. I wrote down in 2023. That's when I turned 30, right? In 2023, I was at my place where I live, and I don't know if it was before or after camp, church camp, but basically, like, all this stuff about men and all that disappointment, it had gotten to a place where it would be like an episode. When I start getting thoughts like that, I remember even in 2021 or 2022, I would just stop what I'm doing and just go to my room and cry for like half an hour. And it actually probably was so normal to me because I only remember when one of my housemates was like, there's something wrong with that actually. It's a stronghold. It's not right. It's not normal, And then he said to me, why don't you ask someone to pray for you at church? Fast and pray and ask someone to pray for you at church. So I fasted for one day, and then I went to my worship team leader. That lady is like, she's an angel. Let's just leave it there. So she prayed with me. And she prayed with me, and I won't lie, when I left that room, my eyes, my physical eyes, it was like I'm seeing brighter, like everything is brighter. She prayed for me, she prayed with me, and then we went through scriptures about forgiveness. So bored. I was like, what? No! I am right! They're wrong! I am not going to forgive! And it was really rough and tough. But God is not asking us to do something He hasn't done for us. He's not. He's not.
Yeah.
And we do worse rubbish to Him. Our rubbish is like daily. It's like momentarily. It's like hourly, So from that point on, like there came a moment in 2023 now. I moved from where I was. And I felt like the episode was like coming. It was like trying to come like, oh shame. Oh, look at this. Oh, and those thoughts just come to you and they just keep coming to you. And usually they would just come to me like a wave and blow up in my face, and I'd be like one of those like seaweeds washed out. But now God is teaching me how to fight back. So then God challenged me. Where I stayed with no one there, God was challenging me to go, I've given you so much. I've given you like a lot. And I'm not just giving you a lot, but also I am there. So we come to Father's Day and it's like, what do? I celebrate my Heavenly Father. Because when I cry about what I don't have, it's okay to say I don't have what I don't have, but if I ignore what I do have, what is that? It's called ungratefulness. It's called ingratitude. So if I continue to go on this point, we'll get to the 40 minutes. But I'm just saying that, like, I just had to say that, like, when I was, I think, 13, I prayed at home. I remember that moment, and I prayed, I was in tears, like, just dismal. Just like after the bomb just blew up in my face, like, don't know what, like, I prayed to God and I said, God, can you be with me? So much so to the point where it doesn't even feel or seem like I don't have something. That part that I need, can you just be with me? Can you fill that up so that I don't fall into the traps of people who don't have that, and I don't, and God has been faithful. So it's like, and God has now taught me to always choose, always choose, always choose and go, okay, that opportunity went, but guess what? I have something. All right. Okay. So, and that it is His will. I've been praying. As a family, we've been praying. I've been praying, my siblings, my mom, for like about 20 good years, or even more. You get me? And God has chosen. He's answered a lot of my prayers. He's chosen not to do this one. Chosen. Hey, mommy, chose. Like He chose that dress. He chose that specific thing. Can fast and pray. 3 weeks at church. That one, that rock, that rock refuses, that mountain refuses to go into the sea. But I feel like that it's what the other preacher said, that it's a thorn in flesh. Paul said 3 times, God, please. Again, please. Again, please. And sometimes I think that God's way is the way. Our way is not the way. So, transitioning to God's way and not my way, and understanding that it's not God is not evil, He's good. And that what He does, He allows these things so that we can also, for other people, like Jesus prayed 3 times in the garden. And imagine if God answered His prayers. No Gentiles, we wouldn't be allowed in the kingdom. We'd be outsiders, But he had to go out, choose not to, so that you can make a sacrifice for the bigger stuff. So I'm a grateful child. My bishop said that Joseph suffered for, 13 years or 20 years, but then 90 years, or he lived to 110. So he said, I think 20 years or 30 years he suffered, but he said 90 good, amazing years afterwards. So I think there's life after the death.
So beautiful. But we'd love to hear more about the music industry. So we've seen that you have a music account on YouTube. You love to sing. We clearly heard that at the beginning. Share with us, how did you know God called you to music?
Okay. Just gonna quickly look. Little thing that tells me who I am. I am called of God. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 9. I started reading that thing a couple of days ago actually. And that has actually been a weapon to fight with the devil, to be like, listen, it's not about what you think. I am called of God, and not to be unsure. But my family sings. Everybody sings. Mom, Dad, we all hold a note. We can all hold a note. Some of us can sing a bit more. We sing in choirs, we sing together, sing at home. So singing is just like Xhosa, it's like my language, it's just everything. So I've never considered myself like a singer. Because I'll be like, well, everybody sings. It's like if everyone plays soccer in your family, so then why should you think you're Ronaldo, So, but, and I enjoyed it, and I enjoy it. And so my sister is 1 year, I've got 3 older sisters. So the one who's closest to me is just 1 year, we're about 1 year apart. And she loves singing soprano. She loves singing, maybe more than me, I don't even know. But she loves singing a lot. So she would always sing, and then I would be her alto, and I'd be her backup alto all the time. And that's just how it was. And she would just, she loved singing so much that she would, I remember we'd be at home in high school, during the holidays, she would just teach me a song. Whatever we're doing, just teach me a song right now. And then from the radio. And then she'd just say, just sing whatever I'm singing, right? Then I'd sing whatever she's singing. And then she would do the other part and tell me to do the other part. And then after like a few hours, I'd be like, oh, that's a song. Oh, what? Oh, that's the song I was singing. So music has always been part of it. After we left, just trying to look in my high school. Yeah, in my high school, grade 8. Grade 8, arts and culture. I went to a school that was mostly maths and science focused, and I thought all schools were like that. Port Shepstone, that's where the school is. Albersville. So anybody from Albersville. And so basically there we had a teacher, arts and culture teacher, and the teacher said, for one of the arts and culture times, it was Miss A. Maharaj. And she said, okay guys, I'm giving you homework. Can you guys go write some songs? Can you just go write a song? Yeah, she said, everybody go write one song, and it was just like one of those things, like in the textbook, vibes. So, went home, I think it was a weekend, and I remember I wrote 3 songs, because I couldn't choose, And I think for me, that was the gift of writing, like, being intentionally, and so as I tried to write one, I thought, no, let me just write it like this. No, Fifi, stop writing about boys. Write about like this, in high school, you're like, I'm gonna crush. And then you go to church, you're like, no, I've got a crush. And if you come from a black family, you don't have a crush. You don't know boys, So, such is life. You're not allowed to know who know boys in high school. So I had one about a painful one about just the sadness of the home and sadness of what was going on in my family and my heart. And then I had one about a crush. And then I had one about me and God. Oh. And then we came on Monday, and then I never thought she'd ask, but she never does. And then she asked us to say, share who wrote the song. And many people didn't write anything. Arts and culture, nobody cares about arts. It's like LO, life orientation. Nobody does their work, they don't even come to class, nobody arrives, we're in grade 8. And nobody takes it seriously. I'm not going to private school, but I'm going to a really good academic school, if you get me. So then I put up my hand, and they're like, no, sing the song. And then I sing the song. And then they clap, they're like, woo, wow. So I was like, that's so weird. Anyway, and so from there, arts, we had only arts and culture up until grade 9. We didn't have arts and culture grade 10, 11, 12. And so I thought everyone, all schools in the world, came from a small town, thought all of them were like that. So after grade 9, I remember me and a couple of other guys and people, we came together and made a drama club. Aww. And then I started writing these dramas, right? And then these dramas literally would have a guy and a girl. And I remember for Valentine's Day, we would have a show. And this show, on stage, you'd have the guy coming from this way, the girl coming from this way, and the song is so unbelievable. And by Daniel Bedingfield, I think. And then they walk, they bump into each other, drop the books, and then it's and the school went backwards, So writing, singing, and then I sang for my matric dance. Wow. Yes, and I sang Mariah Carey, The Hero in You. And also we sang at church, worship team, sang, we went to another church, and that church that we went to, that's where we sang in the worship team, all 3 of my sisters sang. My elder sister sang, So not my eldest. My eldest was already like too old. She was already gone to university. So she sang so it was just a normal thing. We all do it. Like, I mean, what? Like, everybody. I thought everybody could sing. And then one time I watched like this thing, wooden mic.
You realized it though?
No, I didn't even realize. I thought and I said, what are they doing? The guy's lying. It can't be like that. So it's like everybody in Durban can dance. Everybody's playing go music or house beats. They don't believe that there's somebody who can't. They don't believe that there are people who don't have rhythm. So worship teams, and then other worship team. When I came here to Cape Town to study, I also sang at my church. Well, didn't sing. God wanted me there. So I went there, I think like a couple of times during the first year, second year. And I remember, I was getting close to God, close, like, when the sea pulls you in like this,
Yeah.
And I didn't have a boundary. I didn't know God was going to be like, oh, carry the cross. I was just like, you want to be my... I just believed everything. I was coming close to God, like, it was pulling me in, pulling me in. I was like, wow, yes, I accept you, yes, you accept me, what, And then God would be like, okay, as we were at church, God would be like, I want you to go there, be there. No. And I was like, no, I can't. I was in rebellion for 5 good years. I was like, no, God, those ladies, they're wearing earrings. I'm not even didn't wear earrings for interview. They're wearing earrings, God, no. I was a very big tomboy. Super. It's like heels. I had no heels. They had the weaves on. I was like, no. They look like cakes, God. I'm not doing that, And God would ask me again. And the closer I'd come to God, He would ask me again. Again and again. It got to a point where now I would go to ask to be in the worship team. There was a process you had to follow. I'd go to ask to be in the worship team, and I hated processes. I was very impatient. Go to ask, and they would not reject me, but tell me there's something else we have to do.
Yeah.
I took it as rejection, obviously. And then I'd be like, then I'd sit. And then when I come close to God, I'd be like, oh, I want you to, okay, fine, go back. And that's basically how it happened. And only like later on, like after I finished my undergrad, that's when I went and I started singing. And I remember when I started singing there at church, I was singing the tenor. Guys, it's a long story. I was a teacher at this public high school in the Boerkamp. I'm not going to mention the name of it. The kids were ratchet. They were not ratchet. They were wrong. They were not bad. They were bad. They were bad, my sister. They were terrible. And I shouted them so much. I loved them, Shin, but I was too much of a softie. And God was teaching me about teaching. I shouted them so much that I'd come back home or afterwards with no voice, so I could only sing tenor. Yes, and then when I'd be in the worship team, I'd be like, yeah, we're singing like this the whole time. The music. So from the writing of songs, it just started like as a secret, like leaking out thing. I started secretly writing poems. Started like secretly like leaking out like how I feel. And they were never like just godly. They just were expression. I have some angry poems. I have I have all kinds of things. And songs as well. You guys, hey. I would write songs. Good songs about crushes. Good, my sister, very good. I still remember them. In my undergrad, I would I was in matric, my sister was was in first year, right? So my sister, grace of God, privilege, went to UCT, right? She's in UCT, first year. And every time she comes back to visit, she'll be like, Gcina, I can't believe, my gosh, can't wait till you come next year. We're going to sing. It's going to be so awesome. Like I'm singing with these other guys, right? Siabolela and KG, right? Oh. And then when I eventually came here to first year, my sister was my only friend because I was like, after people are weird. Weird. So I would go here, or I'll go all the way to Rosebank, and then I always try and hang out with her. And so when we were there, like my sister played guitar, and she'd play the guitar, and then I'd sing with her. And then I'd always harmonize with her. And when our harmony was like dancers, because we're so used to each other, and we have no tension or conflict. So I'm not trying to shine. I'm not louder than her, and I'm just following her, and I know I'm the follower. So then eventually we meet these guys, 2013. So we sing with these other guys, like church guys, yeah. So great, cool guys, right? And now, then we just like start singing, and when in my 20s, there was nothing in control. I wasn't observant about anything. We just started singing and singing and singing every weekend. And then we start singing at different places. We start singing for like all these different UCT dances and UCT proms, UCT open mics. Wow. And then we started singing in Cape Town a little bit. And then we were like singing, and then like I was also playing the guitar. I was also like, I borrowed a guitar from one of the guys who stayed around in the digs I stayed at. And that guy never played this guitar. Literally. And then I borrowed it once, twice. Like second time I borrowed it for like 3 months. I was like, yeah. And then, so now I'm playing the guitar as well, my sister, and then I'm writing the songs as well. And I'm falling in love with God here on the side. This side falling in love with God. This side we're making songs and singing about love, about, like liberation, whatever cool songs we are singing. Open mics, wherever they want. Even here, you see Lower Main? It used to be different shops and different like clubs. We'd sing there. We'd sing at like Mojo. We'd sing at all these different places like Friday nights, and it was just a thing. And also, mind you, I was in second year now, and I chose music performance. I came here to direct, but then I didn't know you could sing for marks. I didn't know you could sing and make music and get a badge. I was like, that's rubbish. I was like, what? And then I tried it, and I was like, I'm having the time of, I'm literally doing nothing here. Nothing. Because I'm writing songs naturally. And then, it's time let me just go pull out my songs, That was my second year. And then when it came for third year, God started challenging. Okay. So that was our second group. Oh no, our first group, right? No, we were just together. Then we were singing with these other two guys. And we sang, we even sang at UCT SCF, Student Christian Fellowship.
Wow.
And then we can sing, and then also we were a little bit godly. Then we sang at the SCF Student Christian Fellowship Arts Festival. Wow. There, and it was great, and we'd sing at then we even came and we sang at my church, wow. She just, wow. When you are good at something and it's just natural, and you would just whip it out, and you're not also self-conscious or anything. We just did that, and we didn't think of anything. Yeah. Then we were singing in the lawn one time, second year. Singing in the lawn, UCT. Then these other three guys come through. We heard them at one of the open mics. They're poetry guys. They like us, and they're like, wow, you guys are amazing. Oh, then they're like, let's form a group. Let's kind of not, we were like, okay, cool. We didn't have boundaries, nothing. We didn't think about anything. We didn't pray about anything. We weren't just the five of us. Then my sister, who was studying medicine, that's my second born or third sister, right?
Yeah.
She said she is the one who gave us money for Uber. But one of those guys in the three guys, they organized somehow that we go sing for Expresso SABC3. And in 2013, that we were still watching TV a lot, not Netflix. So we were like, yeah, cool, great. And then now we're on TV, like national TV. We're like, Mom, we're telling our mom.
Wow.
And it's there, it's still on YouTube. And like we were this like Afro pop, Afro what band, And I remember, and we're singing the song I wrote. Guys, it's a gift of God. I wrote the song on holiday. And when you just doodle, you're just writing. Just thoughts, Jay. You're not focused, you didn't pray about it, you didn't put any effort, you just put it. And so we sang the song to the guys liked it. Then on Expresso, they spoke to the guys, and it fitted in with the title of like liberation, all that stuff, political stuff. So we sing the song, and then after we sing the song, my sister continues to play the guitar, and the three guys do the poems. They do their liberation poems. At the end of that interview on Expresso SABC3, that presenter's like, okay guys, so where's your album? And like, when can people find you? We're like, okay, we're still working on it. We don't have an album yet, we're still working on it. People can find us on Facebook and Twitter, this and that. Whispers of Wisdom. That's what we were. As that 5. No agreement, no paperwork, nothing. We were just, when you're a student, you just rock, you chill. Yeah, you're just there. Like, there's nothing, Then, went back home. And the more I went to church, the more God was pulling me in like the sea. Like, pulling me in. And now, my heart was beating because I was at home, I was washing my clothes. And I remember specifically washing my clothes. God was like, reminding me, ever since I was in grade 10, God had been asking me, I want you to sing only my music. And at that time I was like, how? How do we do that, God? Because I was like, Beyonce is like, she teaches me how to sing. Mariah Carey teaches me how to sing. Whitney Houston. I can still sing saving all my love for you, you get me? So all these, Lauryn Hill, Bob Marley. At home we had a little DVD player, and all of my siblings, I was number 4. They played all their music, and though that music became my music. Michael Bublé, Coldplay, yo!
Yeah.
To this day, one of the days during this year, someone in LT3 was playing Coldplay song, just the intro. I stood up because I thought it was a gospel song. I realized, it's in my subconscious, it's not a gospel song, it's Coldplay. Let go. So, coming out of the tangent, grade 10, God had been asking me ever since. And I was like, And now came 2013, and it had to be like, and I remember that these guys were like, guys, I think we should start being serious. Let's sign each other and let's put an album together. And at that point, God was like, no. So now I remember, after I finished washing my clothes, went to UCT. We used to just chill and have meetings and, Then we was talking now about, they were talking about, let's go forward, Then I said to them, guys, I went to speak to my pastor, my bishop right now, but at the time he was my pastor. And I said to him, God wants me to sing only gospel. And then he said, what's wrong with that? There's a man in the Bible, his name is David, and he sang only gospel music. And to me that was so foreign. And so I got like a kind of a go-ahead, like a little confidence from there. Went to UCT, Rosebank, lower campus. Those guys stayed in Kopano and Tago. And my sister stayed in Grasha Michelle. And then when we had our meeting, I said, guys, I'm sorry. God is telling me that I need to sing only for Him. And I'm pulling out. And they were like, God? They were like, God told you? They laughed. They were like, you're joking. They were like, you're crazy. They were like, God, like, how did He tell you? You know? And they were arguing with me. And they literally were like, yo, I remember they were so like cruel to me. You know, like, one of them was an atheist even. He was like, does God even exist? Blah, blah, blah. And my sister, she was basically like my sister forever, so she doesn't care. But such is life, and I walked away like I had lost friends. Like I had like left like lots of my clothes somewhere. And like walked out of like an acceptance group, you know. I walked away and I went back to my room and I felt it a little bit comfortable, you know, and then it's from there, from 2013, it's been Fifi Zeal, gospel music only. And I'm learning definitely gospel is not only about praise the Lord, speak in tongues. Sometimes gospel music is like talking about different issues, love, all these things. But that was a do or die moment for me.
Wow.
And and in 2014, when I was here on this campus, singing, okay, we're not really on campus, okay, let me not lie on TV. But I was 2014 in third year. It's time to write my album for my experimental and my graduation. And ever since 2013, oh, by the way, every showcase, I was just hitting it. Ask the finance lady. Her and another lady who used to work for operations. They would come from that building, come to the canteen, because it was lunchtime and they knew I was going to sing, and I was going to sing all their favorite songs. Not all of their favorite songs, but I'm an actor. Actually, I'm born and my inner gift is evangelism. So you have a knack for what people want. You're a salesperson.
Yeah.
And at the time, I knew if I whipped out Valerie, I'd sing Coldplay, I'd sing a popular song, I'd just learn it, sing it, dress up. So, God started asking me, I want you to sing for me now only. It's like, and after? And mind you, like, you guys are ratchet. You are ratchet. You are, but we were a little bit without boundaries.
Yeah.
In my honors year, there was a guy who was a witch, and he told me he was a witch in my play, like in my class, my small class. So I started singing for God, you know, like in Xhosa, so that nobody heard, like it's gospel, like you know, it was like oh God, you know. Then there was this one time, showcase Friday, and there was 6 of us in the music performance class. And one of the guys is like tall, he's a rapper. His name was, okay, I won't say his name. But basically, great rapper. He was like, rap or die, you know. And he understood everyone. You know, when he grabs a mic, he's like, da da da, you know, and he even like rap about after's cutting us off, after, you know, and he was swearing like, when I say after, you say da da, if you paying me, you know, you should be paying me, and da da, you know, and he sang his song, and you know, the speakers were so loud, and you know, when everybody's like,
Yeah.
like that, and then after that they said, okay guys, up next we got Fifi. Literally, I was like, and there I was, trying to sing my little gospel-y, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did the rapper have to go before me?
Yeah.
But cut the long story short, we went and we sat down, and it was a keyboard. At the time I was learning keyboard and falling in love with the piano.
Wow.
And we were also being taught piano, but grace of God, so I'm playing the piano and I'm singing this very, very deep song about how God you have loved me, basically. Wow. And it was in Xhosa, but I just played for God. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play, and I was playing and I sang and I even put one hand out, singing on the mic, and afterwards they clapped so loud. I was like, wow, God. It's like, God, I didn't even, So from that time onwards, so much Vaseline and shine, some makeup. From that time onwards, 2014, 15, 16, 17, ever since I've been in the church band, our church big band choir, I believe God has been training me. Yeah. So He's just training me, and it's been like a wilderness, a real wilderness. And it's gone to the place of like sometimes you don't even know anymore. It's like you doubt, like you don't know, like is it, you don't know if you're dead. Like it's like the dry bones, basically. Yeah. They died and then they went dry for like many years. Dry and dry. And you look and you're like, there's nothing that will come from there. And many times, like, it's just been like that. And God has been stripping me of many, many things. And currently, He's kind of stripping me on pride. I'm like, girl, who are you without my breath? Just take the breath, and they need to call the ambulance. And then give it like 10 years, and you're basically worms. Vibes. Like, who is this big you? You get me? Wow. So that is my music story. Oh yeah, during the years, God would ask me to like put something on YouTube, and I just did it. I've got one video here. It's so shady. It's so bad. It's dark. There's no light in it, and even the guitar's so clanky. 2018, I went through a lot. Personally, academically, it was just like one of those like, I don't like, God, so, yeah, so that year, but it's always in the tough times where God is with you. Yeah. And that's the times where you never forget Him. We wrote some songs, which obviously need to be finished and done and stuff. But God has been building me. I work in a library now. And at first, I really hated it. I was just like, did we fail, God? Like, hello, I graduated as an actress and as a musician. Like, I'm used to the stage. I'm not like this background person. The books. I don't like books. I don't like them at all. I don't. Well, I didn't at the time. And I still don't I'm learning how to like them. But yeah, God just showed me academia. And He allowed me into it. And He pulled me through it. And He just helped me through it. And by God's grace, I think I'm an academic. I've been doing my postgrad for a couple of years now. And He wants me to do it. So, such is life.
Yeah, that was absolutely so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Just to close off, what is one encouragement you would like to give to also another young musician? Is probably in your shoes all the way back then, also debating whether they should fully give their gift to God. They're kind of scared of the journey, they're scared of losing friends, etc. What would you tell them?
I tell you and say that it will never be easy, and nothing will be easy. Nothing. Even when you do the devil's work, you will have to still work very hard. The devil will not go, no, come, you can just slide down into hell. It's okay. There's a foofy slide. No. His work is also hard to do. You still do an all-nighter for the devil's work, for his kingdom.
Yeah.
You know, let your will be done, devil. So you will still, but the issue there is that you will go through, there will be no peace in you. If you know God has called you, you know, don't do the whole, when I turn 30. Just do it now. Because if you do it now, how much more time and how much more will you be giving God? It's hard, it's very hard, but like, put a foot in the water, put your toe in the water. Hell, like, put your finger in the water and then put some on your body. Like, beg yourself. Like, do whatever you can. Maybe you're not courageous enough to just jump in the water, but like, start with something. Yeah, well, if you need to go and sing, go be in the worship team, like submit unto the Lord. I was speaking to someone this week and saying to them, we are under, I don't know what, we are all crazy in this world. No one can run from God. Where will you go? Where? I'd love you to guess where. Because outside of the galaxies, it's Him. He's everywhere. Even David said, even in the depths of what, He's there. He even created the lake of fire. He created. So there's no way you can run from God. And the sooner we can just submit to Him, the sooner there's more peace in your life. Yeah. And the sooner God can get to work with you, the sooner your purpose, you can meet it and stop being so frustrated. Save yourself from years of frustration, bumping your head everywhere. What am I good at? Where should I be? But you know. So you're ignoring what God is saying here. And then you want to run with other people because stop. And I also tried to do that. And so that's why when you ask me about what's interesting, I'm just like, I think I want to read books. And my spare time, I want to sleep actually, and I want to read. And that's like who actually God made me to be. And I thought I was supposed to be like this pizzazz person. But the more you submit to who God says you are, what He's given you, it's the less stress. It seems stressful now because you won't fit in. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. And the thing is this, is that you look at great people, like, not great, but like you look at people who have like stepped into their purpose and God has done amazing things with them. Chanamua, I listened to him a lot. Yeah. And he said he used to just sing and he used to do the same thing. You get me? And just follow God. Follow Him. Why? God is always faithful. The people that you're holding on to, if they will not die to leave you, they might walk away from you because the path of life means they must go that way. Yeah. Or they might stab you in the back. There is no one who is actually faithful. We want to be faithful. I am not faithful. I'm only faithful by God's grace. And the true faithfulness will be for me to be in eternity and still worship God. So just rather build something with God who has got a track record of faithfulness. And if He called you, He will make it happen His way, not your way. His way. Stop kicking the door open. God, you're gonna, look at me, God, I'm famous. I love Jesus. Hallelujah. Okay, guys, just peacefully walk with Him. Yeah. Sometimes God walks slow. And it's a problem for us. We love to run. My God, did you see that person? They're releasing another album. And God is like, I'm still trying to pull some thorns out of you, honey. You just, let's just, So I'm learning to do that. And that being where God wants me to be, that's enough. It's enough. It's enough. And doing what He wants me to do is enough. And that being where He wants me to be and doing what He wants me to do is not everything. It's not what I want and it's not what people want. I'll leave it there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Well, not pleasure. I give the glory to God. Oh, God, I don't want to fail the pride test. I don't want to fail.